The Jordan 4 Military Blue, a poor man's Travis Scott, and the return of legendary colorways like the Jordan 11 Space Jam and Shadow Jordan 1 is just some of what we're going to be going over today as we run through the entire Spring 2024 Jordan list. And specifically, we'll be going over the release date, retail, and resale predictions for each of these sneakers. Now, obviously, we're going to be seeing some shock drops for a lot of these, such as the Military Blue Jordan 4. Of course, for early information on those shock drops and many more, you could join Endurance with the link below. And figured it was worth mentioning, we now offer completely free sneaker updates with the link below, and on top of that, you get one free Endurance channel. This week's free Endurance channel is free Chick-fil-A. Feel free to check it out below for more information. Kicking off spring with a bang on March 16th for $200, we will be seeing the Jordan 4 women's sale. This is coming in all white with gold accents. Initially, I thought it looked kind of tacky, but after seeing these images, I have to say it actually looks pretty nice, and it looks like they have some pretty premium qualities. At least I'm hoping that that leather isn't all plasticky, but by looking at the tongue, seeing that it is embroidered, does look pretty awesome, have to say. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a personal pair. In terms of resale, if the retail really is $200 and not $225, then I would expect these to be profitable with a subpar to decent margin, especially in the larger sizes, 10 and above. Next up on March 20th for $210, we have the Jordan 14 Flint Gray. Now, I understand a lot of you guys might not like Jordan 14s, but for those of you who do, this is a great colorway, very universal, easy to match with almost everything, very hard to go wrong with these. In terms of resale, like most Jordan 14s, I would expect these to just be personals though, and you might even be able to grab them on sale if you are patient, so keep your eyes open if you want a personal. Next up on March 23rd for $210, we'll be getting the Jordan 9 Powder Blue back finally for the first time in a very long time. We haven't seen a lot of Jordan 9 colorways released this year or last year, so I'm definitely excited to be seeing another one of these classic colorways. The last time we saw these, I think, was in 1994, and that's the picture you're seeing on the screen right now. Obviously, I do expect a new pair to look just like these, though. This is just the best we could show you right now. Overall, though, definitely excited to get a pair of these in my personal collection. It's very similar to that UNC colorway that everyone seems to really like right now. In terms of resale value, Jordan 9s in general don't tend to do the best, but because this is a UNC-like colorway, I actually do think that there is potential for lunch money on these with a poor to subpar margin. We'll see as we get closer to the drop. Make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications so you stay up to date with everything, and of course how you could cop these too. Later on March 30th for $180, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 High Craft Sea Glass. Now, while this is just a mock-up courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, it unfortunately does seem like they are going to look pretty similar to this, and it's basically just a less attractive version of the Jordan 1 Seafoam. Those actually looked pretty nice. I can't really say the same for these, but they might be your taste. In terms of resale, I'm definitely not optimistic about these. I'd have to say these are just going to be personals. In fact, you might also be able to grab these for under retail, whether that's in the secondary market or on sale. Then jumping to April, on April 6th for $180, we have the Jordan 1 High Green Glow dropping. I know a lot of us are waiting on those Green Glow Jordan 4s to finally come back, but these will have to suffice in the meantime. Honestly, I think it's a really solid colorway, at least if you like that green glow look. The color blocking is fantastic too. You always have to love when they use the black swoosh with the white mid panel and white toe box. With these, it looks absolutely incredible. Definitely a personal that I want in my collection. Let me know what you guys think about them though. In terms of resale, like most Jordan 1s though, I'd still have to say these are probably just going to end up being personals unless Nike does end up changing production in 2024 to react to the new economy. That's a full video I might end up making too, so let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in. Next up, on April 13th for $190, we are finally getting the return of a legendary colorway, and of course that is the Space Jam colorway. We last saw the highs drop in 2016, and since then we have not seen them. They dropped with the 45 on the back of them. Now, unfortunately, this is not the mid Jordan 11, this is the lows, but they will definitely suffice because I think a lot of us want that Space Jam 11 inside of our collection, and this is the best we can get for now. This is also the very first time that we're seeing this colorway in a low version. We already got to see the Cool Gray as lows, we got to see the Concord, we've even got to see the Breads as lows, and all those I think came out really nice, and this is going to be awesome heading into the spring season. In terms of resale though, I can't say the same. Most Jordan 11 lows haven't been performing too great, and a lot of that also has to do with the fact that retail is elevated at $190. $150 compared to what they used to be, which was only like $175. But considering it is such a classic colorway, I do still think there is potential for some brick profit with a poor margin if you have no tax, or maybe even more if you have local buyers, considering Jordan 11s tend to be really easy local sales. A little less exciting, on April 13th for $190, we'll be getting another Jordan 11 low. This time it's going to be in the football gray and midnight navy colorway. This is definitely a nice colorway, especially combined with that icy outsole. Definitely looks really nice. Unfortunately though, I would not expect these to be profitable, personals only. Nonetheless, I think a lot of us are looking forward to these, just heading into that spring season. It'll be a great, nice pair of lows. Next up, on April 20th for $200, we will be seeing the Jordan 4 Women's Vivid Sulfur. This is definitely one of the more unique Jordan 4 colorways we've seen. Now granted, this is just a mock-up courtesy of Z Sneakerheads, so they're not going to look exactly like this, but given the fact that they are going to have white and coconut milk vivid sulfur anthracite, this should be pretty close to what they're going to end up looking like, considering how Jordan Brand typically does their color blocking. It's definitely not the worst looking Jordan 4 we've seen so far, but I am skeptical of profitability right now. Nonetheless, I'm a big Jordan 4 fan. I know a lot of you guys are too, so I think I still do want a pair of these in my personal collection. Considering the Jordan 4 Fire Red ended up not being profitable, I would say these probably won't either, unless of course Jordan Brand does change up their production for the new economy, as I was alluding to earlier. Again though, that's something that we'll have to make a whole dedicated video to. Right now, for all these, let's just assume it is going to be the same. Also on April 20th for $210, the Jordan 5 Sail should be dropping. This is definitely one of the cleaner Jordan 5 colorways we've seen, and it's more of a wearable everyday sneaker. Although this is just a mock-up, it should look pretty similar, and if it does, I think a lot of us will be excited to see these, since earthy tones on Jordans have been getting more and more popular. Then later on April 27th for $200, the Jordan 3 Green Glow is going to be dropping. Yep, they're deciding to drop every other silhouette other than the Jordan 4s. I don't know why this is. Maybe they're just delaying it because they know that's going to be the best one, but nonetheless, I do have to say these do look pretty awesome. They might be a little harder to pull off, but they might still be something worth adding in the collection. Overall though, in terms of resale, I wouldn't expect these to be profitable like most Jordan 3s we've seen recently. Then jumping into May, we got another Jordan 3, this time the Jordan 3 Women's Georgia Peach. And while this is just a mock-up, if they do end up looking anything like this, I have to say this is a really clean Jordan 3 colorway, and I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close to this, considering the color code includes that nice clay sail cement gray, so they should be very similar color blocking to what we see on white cement Jordan 3s, which looks just like this, and that Georgia Peach accent on the back and tongue could really just bring these to life. Unfortunately though, like most recent Jordan 3s, I'd still expect these to just be personals though. Then on May 10th for $140, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 Low Shadow dropping. Now, yes, this is an iconic colorway. Of course, it is on a Jordan 1 Low colorway, so that is going to decrease demand for a lot of people. Personally, I will admit I'm not a big fan of Jordan 1 Lows, but it is really difficult to dislike the Jordan 1 Shadow colorway. Let's just hope that they have some good quality leather on these. We recently got to see another classic Jordan 1 colorway drop in the form of lows, and that was the Jordan 1 Black Toe. Unfortunately, even those didn't end up being profitable. They were just on the border of being profitable and bricking, so at best you can maybe make a couple of local sales, and I think that'll be the fate for these. They're mostly just going to be personals. At best, if you have no tax, maybe in large sizes you can make a couple of decent local sales, considering the retail is low at $140, but otherwise there are definitely solid personals if you're looking for a low for the spring and summer season. Then finally on May 11th for $215, the Jordan 4 Military Blue is finally making its grand return. Not only that, but this time they're going to be dropping with that lovely Nike Air on the back, and they are just going to look absolutely incredible. Of course, this is just a mock-up, but they're going to look precisely like this. The last time we got to see this colorway release, I think, was back in 2012, and it had the Jumpman on the back. Now, as of right now, when the UNC colorway is in really high demand, and these are very close to that, I would have to say these are going to have an incredible performance. But not only that, I think most of us definitely need a pair of these in our personal collection, because not only are they super wearable, but they're a classic must-have for everyone's collection. In terms of profitability, I am expecting these to be profitable with a good margin, especially in the larger sizes, and although they should be making a lot of stock, there's just so much demand that's going to be on these. Then on May 18th for $200, we have the Jordan 12 Red Taxi releasing for the first time. Honestly, I think a lot of people love the Jordan 12 Taxi colorway, me included, and seeing it with red instead of the gold definitely looks pretty cool. Now, of course, this is just a mock-up, so we're going to see how they do turn out, but I guess it's going to be pretty similar to these, and I'm pretty excited to see them. Although, in terms of resale, I would have to say these are probably going to just be personals, like we normally see for Jordan 12s. Next up, we got the Jordan 1 Team Red. These are dropping on May 25th for $180. There's not much to say when it comes to this pair. Like many recent Jordan 1s that we've seen that are not classic colorways, these are probably going to end up just being personals. Not only that, but if you want them, you could probably find them for below retail in the secondary market or even on sale. Next up, on May 25th for $210, we're getting another Jordan 4, this time the oxidized green. Nope, not the green glow greens, the oxidized greens. Jordan Brand is really teasing us. But anyway, this mock-up does look pretty nice, I have to say. Unfortunately, though, I wouldn't expect them to do that great, even though they are a Jordan 4. I'd say at best, maybe they're going to have potential for brick profit with a very poor margin, especially if you have no tax and in those larger sizes. But otherwise, they might just end up being personals. I could see them performing very similar to what we saw on the recent Jordan 4 Fire Red. Then on May 29th for $180, we'll be getting the Jordan 1 High Women's medium brown. Although we did see the Jordan 1 Palomino brick, I will have to say these should definitely perform much better, and here's why. Often when it comes to Jordan 1s that have the black swoosh, white mid panel, and white toe box, they typically tend to do better than they otherwise would. That combined with the fact that these look like a poor man's Travis Scott, very similar to the Jordan 1 Mocha, I would expect these to perform very well because I think a lot of people want them just because of the fact that they look like Travis Scott Jordan 1s, which was very similar to the case with the Jordan 1 Mochas. With that said, I do think that these are going to perform well enough for profitability with a good margin. Now last and probably also least, we got the Jordan 17 Low Lightning. These are dropping on May 30th for $300. I know the audacity is insane, right? Nah, I hate to disrespect these because a lot of people who did play basketball actually really did like these back in 2002 when they first dropped. But actually, no, I'm going to disrespect these because they're dropping for $300. It's f***ing insane. Are you kidding me? Anyway, let's end it on a good note. We have an actual Travis Scott Jordan, which is supposed to be dropping sometime in spring. There might actually be two of them. If not, one of them will be in summer of 2024. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Sail Muslin Black and Fire Red pair. That stock keeping unit FZ8117-100. Obviously, we'll confirm as we get closer to the drop, but as of now, I'm pretty sure at least one should be dropping in spring. So either way, whatever colorway we end up getting, I think all of us will be grateful for, not only for our personal collections, but I think a lot of us will be reselling these too, and of course you're going to be able to make a solid amount of profit on these like you can on all Travis Scott Jordans. So this is just one of the many releases to look forward to in 2024. Anyway, that is going to conclude it for today. You can feel free to check out Endurance with the link below. Remember, we are giving out free sneaker updates and one free channel to Endurance. This week it is the free Chick-fil-A channel, so make sure to check it out with the link below. Other than that though, make sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info. Keep that M10 and subscribe to stay updated on all hype sneaker releases. Other than that though, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these upcoming releases.